So what's the latest in the life of Classixx?
This last month we've just been doing a lot of touring. We put out our single, so we've been touring this last month, and like every time we're home for like a couple days. We have to finish a remix. So we've done some remixes. We just did one for Major Lazer, finished one for a guy called Yacht from Portland. And now I think like we're gonna sort of try to take August and work on some of our original tracks and just sort of enjoy the summer.
Where have you been touring over the last year?
Oh, we had a pretty extensive Australian tour that was really fun. That was good, and we've been pretty much everywhere in the States for the last couple months, sort of trying to cover that. It's been fun.
What about your latest release with Kitsune?
Yeah, that's the one. It's Mark Cobra Snake did a sort of like, they got together and did this release, and Acid Girls is on the other side of it. It's like a split A-side, double A-side. And both tracks, I mean, the Acid Girls track is really fun too. So it's like it's a really good project to be a part of.
What artists you want to work with?
We're about to do a remix for Drop the Lime, who we're big fans of and friends with, and he's gonna be doing a vocal for maybe. And we've got all these original songs that it might turn into an EP, might turn into a full length, and so we've got him on board to do a vocal. We're pretty excited about that. We're about to do a remix for this guy called Mayor Hawthorne, who's on Stone's Throw, and I think he's gonna do a vocal too. And we're pretty big fans of both of those guys, so it should be pretty fun to have them, collaborate for our own things.
What do you got going on in the next 6 months?
Next 6 months, I think we're probably, like I said, we're just gonna keep working on original stuff, because we've been super busy. The remix offers keep coming in, and at a certain point, I think we're just gonna have to start, just doing our own thing, because we don't want to get pulled into this whole thing where we just become like a remix act. We love doing them, but we've had so many tracks on the back burner for so long, and we just want to get them done, put them out there. So that's pretty much the next 6 months, is just really trying to put out a lot of our own stuff, and I'm really excited, and hopefully there's some people who want to hear that from us also.
How did you start Classixx?
We started basically, Mike, the other guy, and I. We actually went to junior high school with each other, and then high school, and we played in bands with each other. And he had a band, and they sort of had a record deal for a little while, and that sort of, that didn't really happen all the way. And I was at college, at music school in Boston, it's called Berkeley. And at a certain point, we sort of were like, hey, maybe we should work together. And I came back back to LA, dropped out of college and came back to LA. And we got a couple remix offers from bands that he had been on tour with. A band called Shiny Toy Guns was one of our first remixes. And then after that, we were like, this is fun. And we got from doing that, we got some DJ gigs, and we realized it's just so much easier to do DJ gigs than have to tour the band. And so that was sort of a breath of fresh air for Mike, because he had just been on the road for so long, lugging drum sets up big flights of stairs in Chicago in the dead of winter, So touring was really fun that way, and it just sort of we started making music, and it was a good thing. And now I think that's become our main focus.
What's been your best party so far?
Best party so far. Man, we did a show in LA actually at the Avalon at Control, and that was with our friends Holy Ghost. And that's a party that they always have great acts, but the kind of stuff we play is a little bit more low key sometimes. A lot of the artists, they'll play they'll be bangers, just bangers the whole night. So we were kind of worried about what would happen that night, because all the acts, it was us, Holy Ghost, and Runaway, and it's sort of they've got that whole Brooklyn disco thing happening, and we didn't know how well that would translate to an LA crowd that just listens to a lot of bangers most of the time. But the way they set up the night, it was us and then Holy Ghost and then Runaway. And basically, like, we played sort of like a kind of low-key set, just building it up to Holy Ghost. And Holy Ghost sort of played like a mid-tempo set, and then Runaway came on and just played like really deep records, like deep cuts. And like the way it went was just so perfect. And like we were expecting nothing, and it was amazing. Like, the thing was packed and everybody was going crazy. So it was cool to have like our friends from New York in our city, and we were all just having a blast, like all our friends on stage, you know, like, and that's my favorite kind of thing to do, is just have like all your friends, you got all this love, and you're just playing. It's really fun. Yeah. That was one of the best.
Tell me about the few stops you made with Cobra Snake.
Oh yeah, Mark's a fun guy to tour with. Like, we didn't know him that well, you know. Like, he was interested in doing this track and the video that he did for us, and he sort of helped the Kitsune thing come together. And then he's like, you know, we got to do some shows together and sort of promote this thing. And we've gotten to know him a lot better, and he's just that kid's so hilarious. Like, he just gets people to do the craziest things, and you know, we sort of realized why he's where he's at, you know, and there have been some pretty funny moments doing that stuff with him.
Talk about that music video you guys did with him.
I think the music video really, he had just filmed this thing of this girl, you know, and like, I think that it was, I don't know, it was he just sort of filmed this summer video, and then he wanted us to do some music for it. So we're like, sure, yeah, it's a cool thing to be a part of. So we did the music for it, and that basically, Kitsune saw that and heard the track, and they were really into it. And then Yepa from Junior Senior got on board to sing the vocal and the chorus. So it was all kind of serendipitous, and like, the thing sort of came together naturally, and that's, you know, we're pretty happy about the whole thing.
Tell us about Ruka today.
Ruka was fun. Those guys are awesome, dude. Tenori's such a cool dude. We were hanging out with you guys last week. We went over to his house, and like, he's just like so hospitable and everything. And yeah, we went over to Ruka today, and they laced us up with some stuff.
Yeah.
Ruka.
Right on.
Good dudes.